Good morning and welcome you to the broadcast. Fine day to work. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. It is 48 degrees, the sun is shining. We're still not going down to the bamboo job because the ground is not froze. We cannot drive on soft ground unless it's froze. So today, again, we are going to Hendersonville, North Carolina, and we are going to work on a little driveway project, gravel driveway project. While the truck warms up, let me share some wisdom with you. Check this out. Chapstick. You pay a couple of bucks for this tiny tube of pretty much petroleum jelly. This, couple of bucks. You may think this is Vaseline. It is not. Vaseline is a scientific term for overpriced petroleum jelly. This is generic petroleum jelly. This is an all-season, all-weather body skin protectant. This here is God's gift to men and some women. And let me just tell you, crack cream, all your fine lotions with cocoa butter, this will outperform. This stuff, once you put it on, it's there. It sticks. In the winter time, especially, and it seems like every year that I get older, it gets worse and worse. The tops of my hands dry out, and they crack, bleed, and hurt. I may be the genius behind discovering this stuff, but I'm not. My wife told me to do it. You get you a good bit of it, just wipe it right on there, and it will stay for hours. Lotions, they do soak in. I'm sure they work good, but this stuff, for me, seems to work better. So, and I'm cheap. Shoot, you can probably even use it on your lips. Wouldn't recommend it. And if you're like me, you get out in the woods, you're working, you're cutting, or just working outside in general during the summertime and you get the swamp butt, slather this on there. And no, don't use your hand, you nasty. You just take some toilet paper, get, and apply. Nasty people. Shoot, who in the world would do that? Works good on babies' butts too. All right, so now that we've started our morning off with some fun, we just got to run down to the last driveway job, pick up the tractor, and head down to Hendersonville, North Kakalaki. Ooh, fine morning to work. I am excited. I don't know what day y'all are on. I'm probably like your last resort. It's probably 3 o'clock in the morning. You run out of everybody else to watch, so here I am. Friday. We've had a good week. We were on that bamboo job earlier this week. The ground was froze. We made some good ground on it. I got some good footage. And then we fixed that driveway yesterday. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that driveway. Now we're on to this one, and I haven't even visited it. I did not. Sorry if I spit on you guys. I haven't even visited this job. I ain't got no idea where I'm gonna park, where I'm gonna unload. We're just going in blind. The guy sent some pictures, and all I saw was overhead utility lines. And I decided, instead of taking my time away from being able to be on site, it wasn't worth it. It was just easier to go ahead and just price it for taking the tractor down there to spread it in case I can't get under those lines. So I haven't wasted a trip to go look at the job. We're just gonna run down there, and if I don't need the tractor, I'm sure I'll need to, you know, I'll have a spot where I start or stop tailgating, but hopefully I can just tailgate most of it. It'll be a quick job, and then we'll just make the same money a little bit easier. Otherwise, we'll get paid for doing the job the way we originally planned. Either way, the customer will get the same end result, the same good job that we told them we would give them. Here we go! All right, folks, so we're on our way to Hendersonville. We've got 3 paths that we can take to get there. We could take the interstates, which would probably be about the fastest. We could take the secondary roads, which is like the little 2 lanes that go around all the heavy traffic. And I cannot emphasize enough how much traffic is a good thing. You've got to get out of the mindset that you don't want to sit in rush hour traffic, that you don't want to deal with all those people. Every one of those people is a potential customer and potential income for you. It absolutely does not matter how good a work you do. It does not matter how much effort you put into a job. What does matter is how future clients can find you. That's what matters when it comes to staying in business. Right now, I am a 30,000 pound, probably 50 feet long rolling billboard. People cannot help but notice me. They can't look away. I've got a big orange tractor. I've got a really nice looking truck that has a bunch of yellow wording all over it. It is clean, it is inviting, and it's got a really funny, goofy looking character driving it. That's me. You can't tell, but my windows are tinted. If I'm having a bad day and I know that I might look a little grumpy, the windows are up. If I'm having a good day, I've got the radio on, I'm singing, I'm smiling, I'm having a good time. I don't care if it's 25 degrees. I turn the heat on, I crack the window enough to where people can see me and they can get that feeling of my personality. I mean, look, see for yourself. I apologize for the sun glare, but I just want you guys to see every one of these cars passing by me. Right now, the ones coming toward me, they may not be able to read all the writing on the truck and really take it in, but they're going to remember this truck and trailer. And the next time they get behind me or are passing me or see me sitting at the grocery store, I'm going to be a familiar scene. And people like familiar. And they are going to want to read all those words that they weren't able to before, because humans are curious. They are curious about everything and they want to take it all in. Being out here on the road is like showing up to the class dance or the prom. If you're a wallflower and you're shy and you're standing against the wall, nobody's going to notice you. Nobody's going to care. You're not even going to be noticed because you're not out in the limelight. You're not out there in all the flashing and the music and everything that draws attention to people. You need to be center stage. You need to be right in the middle of the floor, in the brightest of the lights, in the midst of the music, and you need to be making a little bit of a scene. Not a negative scene, but you need to be out here with all your people in your community, your friends, your family. You need to be that most likable business. You need to be that most likable person. When you go to do those quotes, you have got to be the most likable person that they could possibly meet when you go to look at their job. You may think that I'm being over the top and I may be embellishing, but I am a prime example. If you watch this video, the energy that I'm putting out and the way you're receiving it, go back and watch one of my earliest videos. There's no energy because I almost didn't know who I was. Going on camera, I felt like I had to be somebody different. There's really not a huge science to it, but we are a herd animal. And if when you meet somebody, you project energy, you project enthusiasm and excitement, the person you're talking to will become excited, and they'll be excited about the job that you're looking at, and they'll also be excited for you to be the one there doing it. I want to see my comments section go from people who are having a hard time, who are struggling. I want to see my comments section start turning into success stories. I want my viewers who have maybe took a little something that I've said or done that they've seen here and share what worked for them. Everything I say is not going to work for everybody, but in most situations, all this stuff that I'm just spewing out is stuff that I have done, that I have experienced, and has worked for me. I'm excited about this channel. I'm starting to see a change that we are making with our viewers. And you know what else, folks? 2020 has been unanimously almost voted as like the craziest, most over-the-top, ridiculous year that any of us living has experienced. I've talked to people who are up in years and they describe it as ridiculous. We've had a great toilet paper shortage. Who ever even thought of that? That's ridiculous. Toilet paper shortage. The election, that was a joke. The virus, that was pretty bad. I never in my lifetime saw the pandemic was not like the worst of it. It was the panic that was the worst of it. So 2021 is going to be great. It is going to be awesome. You know why? Because 2020 being the way that it was, guess what? We're still here, and most of us have clean butts. As terrible as 2020 seemed, there are those of us who are thriving. There are those of us who are doing very, very well. And for those who are not doing well, it is an opportunity for you to learn from what didn't work for you in 2020. Don't blame it on the virus. Don't blame it on the election. Don't blame it on anything. Look back at yourself. Take a look in the mirror and say, okay, realistically, self, what did I do wrong? What could I have done different? What do I wish that I had done different? If you look inside yourself, and it may not be all on you, things that went wrong may not be all your responsibility, but I promise you, if you can't think of one thing that you could have done different or better, then more than likely it is 100% your responsibility that didn't go good, because you're just wanting to sling blame at everybody else and everything else. We can all do better. And seriously, for you guys who think you have nothing, that you have nothing to push for, you came into this world without any clothes on you, and the only thing that you were given was that very first breath. Beyond that, you took your breaths, subconsciously, sure, but you took your breaths and you moved forward. You moved forward through life with the help of somebody. If you truly feel like you've hit rock bottom, then good for you, because you can't fall any farther. It's time to stand up and go with it. I hit my rock bottom at one point. I really did. I hit the rock bottom, and that's just a video for a whole nother day. But if you like this video and you want to hear some more of my story and go along with me on daily jobs, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ding the bell. You don't ding the bell, you will not get the notification. All right, friends, what we have is a super duper easy little driveway project. We do have some overhead lines to contend with, but just this area that we're going to be working, I don't think we're going to have much any trouble. So we got this spot holding water. What I'm thinking is I'm going to do road bond from up there all the way out to here, and then we're going to top coat everything else with just a 3/4 wash stone. I think it'll turn out really nice. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and just shovel as much mud out of the bottom of this as I can, since I don't have my blower to blow the water out, and I'll go ahead and dip a bucket of road bond out of the truck and have it at 3. That way, as soon as the water comes back in, I can put some road bond in there to displace it. not too sure if I want to try to tailgate this or not. I think what I'll do is where the lowest point of those lines is, I'm gonna raise my bed up to just below. As long as I make this in the first try, we'll have it made.
That's it.